All right, let's start off by saying Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, 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 Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, the Most High, the Creator. Okay, Ba'ashem means in the name of. Yahweh Shai is the name of the Son of the Most High. All right, Yahweh Shai, which means He's the deliverer. It's Lakia. All right, so you know, we're gonna call this one Babylon's Twister, and it's pretty much, you know, which this is information I'm pretty sure brothers done seen and everything, and this is pretty much, and we've been saying it. I mean, I said it about a couple of weeks. I said, watch, they're gonna go, you know, with this mandate. Here it is. They're gonna push it and enforce it, and they cause all the havoc they seen, because this devil does a lot of things by trial. The scriptures say he accomplishes a diligent search. So when this devil does things, they do things just to see the reaction of people. You know, 'cause they understand about the cause and effect, and they work, you know, order out of chaos, which the chaos stems from what? The pressure from above and pressure from beneath. So they putting the pressure and putting the clamps on people every which way they can. And this is mentally is exhausting if you don't have a strong mind. And that's what they figure. People eventually get weak. If they still around, they'll get weak or weakened by the back and forth. It's just like if you got a case, right? And I'm pretty sure brothers caught cases before. All right. If you were Israelite, man, that shit there writes the passage, man, you know? Dealing with these devils, man, they sit there and make sure they line something up on you, man. You know, they try, but anyway, it's like if you have a case, here it is. They know that they probably, and the thing is, if you're innocent, all the evidence points, they have nothing on you, right? But yet, what does Esau do? Instead of just dismissing the case, all right, because it has no merit, they continue with it. They'll continue it for years, and then their hope is that eventually you'll just give up and take a plea deal. So that's how this jab is. It's like they're trying to make it turn into a plea deal, because why? Most people are not taking it. So that's why they had to put the mandates out there, and folks, they didn't have enough suckers to take it. You got suckers out there, and after all the money that they spent, all the commercials, all these celebrities and entertainers they paid off, people still, you know, a lot of people still chose not to do it. So, you know, again, like I said, it's like you go into court and they know they don't have nothing on you, trumped up charges, but yet they'll still continue to, you know, then they'll tell you, okay, with your next court appearance, they get your hopes up high. You know, if the prosecutors can't answer this and this time, yada, 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 we're going to have to dismiss the case. And then when you go there again, they'll say, oh, the prosecution needs more time. So here it is. You got all prepared for your case to be thrown out. So now they dismiss it. I mean, not dismiss it. They continue it for another year. You know, so that's the games that these devils play. All right. So now I'm going to play this video. Then I'm going to go into the scriptures showing you, because the Spirit had me. I said, I knew that they were going to do this, man. All right. That they want to stop the mandate for a while, but only after the fact that it caused, look at all the chaos it caused. Look at all the division that it caused, man. All right. Look at how many people done lost their livelihood already because of their playing these games. So what are the people, and you know, hey, basically woe unto you who get weak, man. Woe unto you who submit to this devil's, you know, to his new world order and to all these evil, wicked, divisive plans that they waging on people. All right. Because you had a lot of people that didn't want to get it, but when the deadline came that last week, especially, well, everywhere, the healthcare workers, the New York Police Department, people in these hotels and everything, they ran and lined up to get it at the last minute, because why? They didn't have no faith. All right. They were scared and they were forced into taking it. So now how are they to feel when now they extended the mandate, which means that they didn't have to rush and take it. And a lot of these people died. All right. But anyway, let me play some of this clip real quick.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
More than 80 million people who work for large companies in the U.S. will not have to get the COVID-19 vaccine for now. Good evening. I'm Lindsay Pena.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. Today, OSHA suspended the enforcement.
And of course, they said for now, because Esau is like a tennis match with things, man. He's the devil. All right, he's only one, and this is his kingdom, so he's allowed to break all the rules that he want until the Most High stop him. See, and that's the point. We're in the time where the Lord is about to stop this devil, man. All right, and we understand further and further why the Lord Yahweh Shai said those days shall be shortened, or else no flesh shall be saved. All right.
Of President Biden's vaccine mandate, as our ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano explains, the move affects local employees as well.
The pandemic has not been kind to the hospitality industry.
It's very difficult to find staff.
Jeffrey Berg with the San Diego Marriott Gas Lamp Quarter says pre-pandemic it had 180 employees. Now it's down to a little over 100. Then came the Biden administration's...
Yeah, a lot. That's why a lot of businesses are going out of business or going, being brought down. That's like almost 40% of the workforce, you see? And so that's a lot of people that still are not getting that shot or getting that jab. So you have a lot of people that were affected, you know what I'm saying?
Emergency Temporary Standards, or ETS, requiring companies with more than 100 employees to have all staff vaccinated by January 2nd or get weekly tests, possibly another reason for losing workers. Berg says COVID mandates in the past have already been a source of stress for businesses. For example, the mask mandate.
Earlier in the pandemic, some guests became confrontational, occasionally physically confrontational.
So to avoid another stressful situation,
And the thing is that these devils know that this was going to happen. All right, you got some people that are a little more docile, right? They know. Then you got some. I'm talking about even of their own. Some devils that they not having it. They standing on what they believe to be the constitutional rights. Some people are standing on common sense. Some people are standing on history. Some people are standing on the fact that this is not proven to be the right answer, or proven to be feasible. All right, because by you sitting there having to force to wear a mask all day, you're actually doing more harm to yourself than helping yourself or protecting yourself. So these are things that issues that they're faced with, and they see it, and the effects are there, man. All right, and only thing is that it's not gonna get no better, man. It's not gonna get no better. It's gonna be back on. Esau gonna force this thing. All right, and then eventually a lot more people are going to be put to death. They're going to literally start just killing people for not, you know what I'm saying? They're going to basically look at you as a terrorist. All right. And that's what they could do with you through this media and Esau's deception.
Berg says his HR team anticipated this new ETS mandate months ago.
We were proactive and said, this is what might happen.
But now they won't have to comply. This week, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit Court ordered OSHA to not enforce the ETS. On the OSHA website, it says, quote, OSHA has suspended activities related to the implementation and enforcement of the ETS, pending future developments in the litigation. While some companies will move forward with the vaccine mandate, Berg says its parent company is not.
We too are in a pause and we'll follow any mandate once it becomes the law.
Berg says his team is planning for a smooth transition for its employees.
Whether it's helping them get an appointment for a vaccine.
Yeah, so pretty much through these new mandates and everything, or the suspension, now some people are breathing a sigh of relief. But look, it's not over, man. It's not over. The problems that this place have, matter of fact, what's that in Amos? Let me go there, come back to that. Go in the book of Amos. Because see, the Spirit of the Lord is against this place. The Lord is raising up against Babylon the Great, man. And we've been, like I said, we've been telling from the head elder apostles on down, we've been telling you how these devils are going to operate, man. You know? We've been telling you how they're going to operate, and now you're actually starting to see it. You know, now you're starting to see this devil operate, man, you know. But I'm going to read this. This is Amos chapter 5 and 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. And you got a lot of these phony-ass Christian, these so-called church goers or whatever the case is, all right? They talking about, oh, the Lord is coming. Like, they'll say it in speech, but they don't believe it because their actions don't match their speech. Okay, but the Lord said, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? Because the Lord ain't coming back looking like no goddamn, cracker, that's strung out on some type of fentanyl or something like that, that image that they got in their mind of Caesar Borgia. They think that that's what the Lord don't look nothing like that. So furthermore, just his appearance is going to be way different. Now they got, which Lord willing, them probably end up doing something on it. Now they opening up more investigations into the so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of the Lord. Revelations 1:7. The Lord said, behold, matter of fact, I'm going to go there real quick, right? Revelations 1:7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, speaking about the Lord. So they not expecting the Lord to come back in the cloud. He's talking about is one of those chariots, the so-called UFOs that they been documented over years, man, that are flying, that is being seen all over the place. So the Lord is coming back in the chariot. So people ain't ready for that. Then he said, think not that I come to bring peace, but a sword. So the Lord is coming to bring death and destruction to people, man. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. All right, and that's another cut to that whole Cab Malone, man. That dude is a real loser, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a loser. That's why I call him a bootleg Jesuit, because he thinks he's crafty enough, which he's nowhere near on no type of a level. All right, and he's not no witness. He's not no defender of the gospel or whatever. He's him and that whole group that he's with. Everybody he's affiliated with are nothing but a bunch of anti-messiahs, man. They're a bunch of devils, man. Low-level devils, man. Low-level devils. All their whole thing is to just try to stir up controversy to detract people from the word was being said, all right, and trying to demonize. But that's not going to work, man. These people are out of their mind, man, all right? This is clearly speaking about reincarnation. It said, and they also which pierced them. So who pierced the Lord? Those Roman soldiers, right? When Jake turned them over to the Romans to get crucified. So he said, they that pierced him is going to see him. So how are they going to see him when that happened over 2,000 years ago? And like we always bring out, you're going to tell me that there's somebody that's 2,000 years old that's sitting around on an incubator somewhere or whatever? Right? Nah, it's talking about reincarnation because their spirit is back here. And it's that simple and that easy. All right? And this is what the scriptures is saying. You're reading it right there for yourself. So now it says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. And then also, again, which is in the news about the nuclear missiles, man. All right? Because why? The day of the Lord ensues a lot of destruction, man. You're going to have World War III happening. You're going to have those nuclear missiles being shot off. Then you're going to have the Lord returning with the clouds, which are the holy angels with him in the UFOs. So-called UFOs, pardon me, which are the chariots of the Lord. You see? Said as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. So they're not going to be out of the clear. Just when they think they're out of the clear, things might, because that's how the Lord described his destruction as a woman that travailed with child. How, before a woman delivers a baby, she has what's called labor pains, right? And then the closer to the baby being delivered, the closer, the more labor pains come. They get stronger. She's in more pain than normal, and it's more frequent. Well, that's how this destruction is coming, man. All right? And the baby to be delivered is the destruction of America, which is capped off by the return of the Lord, man. Delivering the elect, only the elect of Israel. So it said, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him. That's why I said, don't get, even with this, them lifting up the so-called, lifting up the mandate or whatever, because at the end of the day, they put deadlines there. And there's a reason why they want to keep, even though people woke up to the fact that it's a lot of people are dying still, there's a reason why they're trying to push this thing, man. All right, and that charagma pretty much is going to be right there. But, I guess they, you got to have enough, they want to put enough of that, what do you call that shit? Graphene oxide, that hydroperoxide inside your system, which acts as an interface. So that's why now they have all these different mandates. Fucking Esau sending people to call me and shit. This devil is through, man. He's through. But anyway, that's why they doing what they're doing, man. But it's not gonna pan out, So again, it said that if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. So here it is, you thought you escaped the lion, then you run into a bear. Then you somehow, if you escape a bear, that's one of the luckiest persons on the earth if you can escape a lion. But then you run into a bear, oh, you know that it's over. Okay, so now you get away from the bear. You get in the house, you slam the door shut, closed, like you sitting there, like wiping the sweat off because you definitely shitting on yourself. And you sit there, relax, put your hand on the wall or whatever, and then bow. Okay? A goddamn poisonous snake bite you. Basically, you're gonna die. You can't, like they had that movie, Final Destination, I think it was called. And basically what it is, it shows you about a lot of brutal deaths, people getting decapitated on rides, joy rides or whatever you want to call them at the amusement park. And they show you the events that lead up to it, that no matter what you do, even if you have a premonition, because they were having a premonition of these things. And trust me, there's people that have, that's why you think Esau's scrambling. Because why? The Most High, they see us. The Lord sent them the warning through the prophets. So they know that these things are happening. So they have a premonition. Their children have dreams of being slaves, man. I remember going back in the 90s when we were doing shows on the public access. The FBI was contacting the people at the cable company that we used to use to put the videos up. And the dude said to me, he said, me and this other dude that was there, Rachwan, at the time, there's a dude named Rachwan that was around. And he told us, he said, yeah, he told us straight. He said, yo, the FBI contacted me. Then he told us, he said it was a Edomite family that I guess they contacted the FBI because I guess somehow they told her to watch our show, and she wouldn't have. Basically, she had a dream of her being in slavery that night, and so she was all scared, crying, and told, so they got the FBI involved, and they talked, they couldn't stop us or whatever, and at the time, but they were just asking them questions, like trying to say, yeah, what kind of people are these? Do they do this? Do they do that? He said, yeah, they asked me. I was like, nah, these guys, they don't do nothing. They just come and submit their videos. You see, but the thing is, they already know. So the point is, even though that they know, they can't stop it. That's what this is saying. Like, once the Most High got you booked for judgment, all right, there's nothing you can do to avoid it. All right, so now verse 20, it says, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it. So that's the time we're coming into. And seeing the thing is that got people twisted, and that's why I call this video the twister, because we're seeing this where they suspending the mandate for now, but yet we know that they're gonna come back with it. And then here it is in Austria, though. They were saying they were gonna lock down all the people that wasn't jabbed up. Now they just announcing basically a nationwide lockdown in Australia. You see? Now this is from the New York Times. It says Australia announces a lockdown in jab mandate for all. It says Australia will go into nationwide lockdown on Monday and impose a chicken virus jab mandate in February. Chancellor Alexander Schallenberg said on Friday, it is the second such lockdown in a European nation since the spring after Latvia imposed similar restriction last month. So that's what's coming down the pipeline, is a bunch of lockdowns, man. But see, 1 minute they're telling you over here in America, now they're saying, okay, we're going to suspend it because of this, that, and the third, right? And there's so much slack that they're catching from it. But then they're going to come back with the same thing. They got concentration camps for people that don't want to get jabbed, all right? And again, for you speaking out against these things, they demonize you, you see? They demonize you. They list you as a terrorist or whatever. And we're not doing nothing but really educating. This is educational purposes, man. The prophecies is what you want to hear about. You want to be educated on what's going on according to the prophecies, man. Okay? So now let me go to 2nd Ezra. Okay, I'm gonna jump around. Second, which we all know this. The brothers that are in here, it's probably newer brothers that might not have heard of it, but we're gonna go into it. 2nd Ezra 16:1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon, which is speaking about America. All right, speaking about America and Asia, and America encompasses the same ways of Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, Asia, Syria. All right, so that's why this is really speaking primarily against America. All right. It says, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. It's not speaking about actual Egypt now. All right. It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, and bewail your children, and be sorry. See, and why I said bewail your children, look what they're doing. They're jabbing up the children. It was I don't know if it was in Detroit. They had misdiagnosed. They gave the wrong jabs to the children that were under 13, and I think it was Detroit, like a couple of days ago. So they just doing whatever they want to do with your children. They sending these these sea hags or these fucking nasty drag queens up into their fucking rooms, teaching them how to masturbate and do all type of nastiness, man, and to accept that nasty shit that they're doing. So that's why it says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry. And a lot of people gonna be sorry, especially the people that were in a rush to take that deadly cocktail, and then now just for them to sit there and push pause on it, where you didn't have to run and take it so quick. You didn't have to go and retire so quick. A lot of people retired because they didn't want to take it. They did their best not to do it, but some caved in. All right, a lot caved in. You see, but it says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Speaking about the nuclear destruction overall, but before the nuclear destruction hit, you're going to have all type of, you got the famine, the food shortages, all right? You got the different violence escalating, certain areas where the police force was weakened, you see? It said, a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it, pardon me. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? And now they're talking about other different diseases, monkeypox and all kind of different pox, all type of, remember they were speaking about the CV 21, 23. They were putting in certain movies that were coming out, because that's what this devil does. He does the predictive programming, which is to warn the ones that are enlightened amongst themselves and everything, and they hide things right in plain sight, you see. It says, may any man drive away an hungry lion, and the scriptures keep speaking about the lion, concerning the destruction. So it's showing you how, and everybody knows how a lion gets down. If a lion is hungry, they're gonna come and snatch whatever they want. So it said, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the woods, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it hath begun to burn? And the answer is no. Like, once a hungry lion, he's gonna be determined until he's hungry, They say, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? Yeah, it ain't like a VCR tape. You can't rewind an arrow once you shoot it, just like a bullet. If you shoot a bullet, a gun, once that bullet comes out the chamber, you can't reverse the bullet to go back into the chamber, all right? Same thing with these nuclear missiles. Once they shot, like they say, once it's up, it's up, and it's stuck, all right? That's the destruction, man. All right, it's stuck. That's what it's going to be. All right. So it says, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when I begin to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. The mighty Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? And yeah, there's going to be more horrible storms. There's a lot of storms that have been coming, little mini tornadoes and everything. Hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is touching up everything and everybody, man. Nobody's going to get away. All right? Nobody's going to get away. And this devil keep playing games, having you, concentrating on nonsense and everything, missing women, missing bitches out there in the woods with some crazy crystal meth head. What you think was going to happen? You know what I'm saying? But they'll plaster that all over the news. Then the real news, such as, World War III, that's pretty much started, on a low level. The economy, them being almost in a crisis of facing another further recession. All right, they don't speak on these things really, man. You got to go to alternate news sites to hear about these things, man. You see? But it's not going to stop it from, you can't wish the destruction away. That's the thing. You can't wish the destruction of America to go away. All right? It says, the Lord shall threaten See, the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai said he's going to fuck you up. He said he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. That's in the scriptures of the Holy Bible. And that's why they want to get rid of the Bible. Okay? And you be a fool not to know that this is the word of the Heavenly Father. Just because you don't understand it, all right, or some fool told you some nonsense, you better repent and get your ass back into the scriptures the right way and learn from the real teachers, man. And if the Spirit of the Lord is with you, you're going to find the right teachers. If the Lord ain't with you, you're going to find the wrong teachers. They're going to teach you some nonsense, man. But if you're part of the sheepfold of Yahweh Shema Shai, you're going to come right into this thing, man. All right? But anyway, I mean, it was a little bit more, but in the interest of time, I'm going to stop it there. You know, but, you know, the main thing is Esau with this tennis match of mandates and no mandates, and, you know, and they keep passing different, you know, as we speak. That's a news alert of them passing, what was that, the mandate? Let me see what the whole thing said real quick. Okay, the two, all right, so they that's the spending bill that they passed or whatever. So they're paying attention to that. But the point is that, you know, there's a lot of things that they're doing, but it's not gonna count for nothing, man. It's too far gone, man. You know, there's no healing medicine, like it says in Jeremiah. There's no healing medicine for America and all the problems that they have, man. You know, we're just speaking on some of the issues, but this is all due to the prophecy, and the Lord said that this was going to happen, and we knew they were going to do this. We knew they were going to double back on their word. They always do shit. Tell me some treaties or agreements that this white man really kept, you know, and never broken. You see? But anyway, with that, we give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And say shalom to all you sincere Akim, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Brakathum, shalom.